Well, this is the library. Oh, who are you,
What?
my good woman?
You consider restoration a valid school of magic, worthy of study, don't you? Don't you?
Well, of course.
Good. Good. Not that I require validation, of course. There are just some, and I shan't name names, who would disagree. It can make life difficult when one's colleagues fail to recognize the research one engages in.
So you're
Well,
treated badly?
no, not really. Not directly, I mean. But I know things are being said behind my back. Conversations cease when I enter rooms. I'm quite aware of what's going on here, and I will not stand for it.
My apologies. What have you got for sale, my good woman?
Take a look.
Well, you have some interesting stuff here, including some items with enchantments I could acquire later once I get a whole lot more money than I have right now. But let's see. A good book, spell book, would probably be helpful. I do need something in healing, at least one good destruction, and I have a decent conjure, so I need an alteration in the later. Hmm. Well, thank you very much for your
Well,
trouble, ma'am.
no, not... But I know things are being said behind my back. Conversations cease when I enter rooms.
Well, I do hope it gets better for you eventually.
Mirabelle does a fine job as Master Wizard, I suppose. Still, there's always room for improvement.
I see.
Even with the college's laid-back attitude, there are still some
And
things
this
that
place
are
is a
off
little
limits.
odd. Uh, with Hello,
You
good
are
sir.
now in the Arcanium, of which I am in charge. It might as well be my own little plane of oblivion.
Wow, that's pretty
Disrupt
cool.
my Arcanium, and I will have you torn apart by angry Atronachs. Now, do you require assistance?
Is there any college
If you're
business?
feeling adventurous, I'm always looking for someone to procure valuable books from some more dangerous locations.
Sure, I'll help when I
Well,
can.
all right, here. I scribbled down the last place I'd heard about. Check it out, but be careful.
Of course, are there any
As a
special
matter of
books?
fact, there are. Have you
And
ever
this guy
heard of
keeps interrupting
Shalador?
me.
Immensely powerful mage, back in the First Era. Had an understanding of magic few have ever matched. He holed himself up in Labyrinthian, and devoted all his time to research and study. Wrote more than you would imagine possible. Since then, his writings have been scattered all over Skyrim, but are little use to anyone who can't translate them. I'm one of the few who can. I've heard whispers of more of his work having turned up. If you can track it down, it may prove useful to all of us.
Sounds like it could really help me. You seem to take your work very
Of
seriously.
course I do. If I didn't, most of these books would have been burned to ashes or dissolved to nothing before the Third Era. Mages need to be reminded to be careful around research materials.
This
A
is quite...
mage is only as good as what he knows. I try to make sure as much knowledge
Man, this
is
guy likes to
available as
talk
possible.
about his
We've been keeping
Arcanium.
this collection since the Second Era. Books have come and gone during that time, but it's mostly intact.
I see, what have you got for sale, if anything?
I have a few things laying around that weren't worth adding to the collection. You may look through them.
Thank you. Let's see. For the moment, it doesn't seem to be anything I really need or I can't find later. Thank you very much. I see, I
Yes.
see.
Yes. Out with it.
Who are you? Man, that was particularly good spells that guy had, but I couldn't afford the majority of them right at the moment. Unfortunately. But this place seems
Speak.
to have a lot of... This place seems to have a lot of good learning material that can help me out. Let's see, the Purium bonsai tree. This place has a few interesting things here. Some of these things here can really help my skills to increase. It must be that
I have
Phoenix
many
guy's
important things on my
chest
mind. Your
probably takes his
concerns are
spells he
not on me.
sells. Wonder what's up
It's
here.
lies. All of it. I don't care what she told you. It's all lies.
I see. I'm not sure who you mean.
No? Well, then she hasn't gotten to you yet. But she will. And don't you believe a word of it.
I see.
Don't trust that one. He's up to something.
Akano?
Most here are up to something, of course, but in his case, it's not good. I haven't figured it out yet, but I will. He is rather handsome, though, isn't he?
I see. Well, thank you very much for that. I'll make
Till
sure
next
to
time.
stay far away from him as possible.
Mirabelle does a fine job as Master Wizard, I suppose. Still, there's always room for improvement.
I see. Thank you for that.
Even with the college's laid-back attitude, there are still some things that are off limits.
A lot of this stuff here, old printing press, how interesting. A lot of this stuff here really is helping me out with my skills. Giving me some more experience. And I honestly was quite surprised that there was a trading menu for buying and selling goods, but they seem to only accept.
Enchanting services are one of the few things that keep us in touch. The local Nords may not like us very much.
Is there any college business I can help you
Sure
with?
is. I've got another client. Wants me to do some enchanting.
All
You
right.
can do the pickup
Sure.
for me if you want.
I'll help.
All right, be quick about it, will you? This is a good... Here's the name and location of the client.
Well, I'll make sure to get it when I
All
can.
right, then.
It'll help me get some more gold so I can get some more spells. I suppose. Man, it's so interesting how this information just seems to roll into my head. I wonder if it's like this for everyone else. It's kind of like a star that continuously gets brighter to the point where it reaches a peak, then overflows,
I care little for idle conversation, but
and then
perhaps you
becomes
know
a
with
new
combination
star that starts the whole process all over again. It's quite interesting, honestly. I'll have to make some copies of these maps later on before I start my journey. I have to make sure, what's that place called again? It starts with an H. Helgen, I think it was called. Let's see if this is the era of the Dragonborn. For if it is, let's see. This will probably add something new in my magical journal. If this is the era of the Dragonborn, I'm going to have some problems. I'm not nearly powerful enough to take down a dragon, and I highly doubt I'm a Dragonborn. There's no real reason for it. And there it goes. I added a new quest to my journal. But I can't exactly... Oh, it looks like I've already completed the circuit. Well, let's see what else is here in the college. Cannot wait to get some more spells. Man, right now I'm so weak. Huh, I wonder what this is supposed to be for. Well, it's been quite the exciting day. But it looks like I'm going to perhaps have to call it quits for now.